again. It's Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit here on MAV TV, talking sprint car racing, our favorite time of the week, and we are so glad that you have joined us. Practicing our social distancing, if you will. Ashley Strummy not here this week. Aaron Evernham not here as well, as we're all taking this pretty seriously and making sure that we all spend time with our respective families and continue on and all work through this crisis we're going through. But continuing on with some racing, and a really, really neat story last weekend was the iRacing event with NASCAR. And so Kyle Larson, one of the guys that participated in that, is going to join us in just a little bit. So look forward to chatting with him on iRacing. And we saw some pictures of Owen racing, his son, and a whole lot more. So look forward to catching up and chatting with Kyle Larson here in just a little bit as we work through this time period of uncertainty to get to the stage when we get sprint cars back on the racetrack, fingers crossed, sooner rather than later. Well, I'll tell you another thing you can count on is Rico Abreu, entertaining when it comes to social media. Are you following him? Wow, he is putting on a show, if you will, on social media. He has a website called shoprico.com. So you can order your Rico Abreu goods on shoprico.com, and he is making sure that he gets the items out to you as shown in this video. It's our Dryden Diesel All Death-Defying Move of the Week.
And now for the Dryden Death-Defying Move of the Week, where one driver simply amazes us with their on-track moves. That death-defying move was brought to you by Dryden Diesel All Death, the official death of the world of outlaws and wheelmen everywhere. Visit Dryden.com for more information.
Welcome back. It is Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit here on MAV TV. And not a lot happening in the sprint car world. Not a lot happening in any of the racing world, but yet still some things going on. And one of the guys that's certainly been a little bit busy with some projects is Kyle Larson, who joins us now on the Hercules Tire hotline. Hello, Kyle. Welcome back to Wing Nation.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I guess the first question, how are you? How's everyone in the Larson clan? And how are you guys holding up with all this social distancing we're spending time doing?
Life hasn't been, too different other than not being able to race and having to eat takeout or cook at home a lot. But it's actually been okay. I've actually, surprisingly enjoyed it so far, I've never had an off season before, so this is kind of, feels like an off season to me. And, I haven't really missed racing too much just because there is no racing for me to go do. So it's been pretty fun so far, hanging out with the family and getting to do some cool stuff with Owen and the kids.
Yeah, no, it's been fun I don't know if fun's the right word. It's been interesting, that is for sure. And I never thought about it with your perspective on that. Now, one of the events that you participated in this past weekend was the iRacing event that NASCAR put together from the Pro Invitational Series down at, simulated at the Homestead Miami Speedway. What'd you make of that, being part of that? And did you have some fun with that?
Yeah, it was fun. Everything leading up to it. It was pretty cool seeing all the drivers. Most of the drivers take it pretty serious and try and get as much practice as they could in. And then in the race, there was a lot of crashing going on in the beginning, but then I ended up getting crashed out towards the end too. But then being able to watch and see those last 20 laps and how good the racing was and the close finish was really cool. So with not much going on sports wise or anything like that in the world right now, it was cool to have everybody's eyes on some iRacing. And like I said, it was a good finish too, so I think that always helps the excitement.
Yeah, it really was, with Denny Hamlin getting by Dale Earnhardt Jr. there on the last lap, the last corner. Kyle, as a guy that doesn't do any of the sim racing, my question: sim racing, how similar is to? What are some of the big differences? But are there some things that are comparable on the NASCAR side of this iRacing?
Well, yeah, it's definitely a lot different. You
Yeah.
don't have really the dirty air to worry about on iRacing like you do in real life. So with that, you don't get much of a draft either down the straightaways. So and then two, we're running a fixed setup, so we all have the same setup, and it's a lot like a IROC race in a way, I think, and that helps keep the field really close. So it's definitely a lot different. But the visual aspect of iRacing is what I think is pretty spectacular. They laser scan every track, so every bump, and they take thousands of pictures of the place when they're getting ready to build it too. So it's pretty much spot on when it comes to the visual stuff, which is really beneficial, I think. If you're say a rookie getting ready to make your first truck start or Xfinity start at a track you've never been to that's on iRacing, you can get familiar with bumps and lift points and things like that.
Fascinating. It really, truly is. I found it an interesting afternoon. I'm one of those guys that unplugs, so I don't even have a TV in my house, but I was glued to my social media feed. Kyle, what I sensed from it, and I wonder if you sensed it, was this sense of community, this sense of we all needed this 90-minute break from what's going on in the world. As one of the participants, did you sense that as well?
Yeah, for sure. It's been quiet, the last week or so,
Yeah.
really, since we didn't get to run Atlanta. It's I think everybody's been kind of shocked from it all and not really sure what to do, and you can't watch basketball or anything like that on TV. So we all kind of came together and were able to put on a virtual race. I think that got all the competitors really excited, and also I think we all kind of wanted to do our part to take advantage of this time and keep our name, NASCAR, help NASCAR's name and keep them out front and people paying attention to it. So iRacing and putting on that race was a good time for that, and sounds like we're going to keep doing it while we're not racing in real life. So I'm sure all of us drivers will get better on iRacing and put on even better races here in the near future.
Yeah, it's one of those rare moments. I kind of chuckled when you said it was kind of like IROC. Everyone ran the same speed. I guess they didn't IROC Jimmy Johnson. Boy, it was one of those weird moments where he wasn't up to speed. But so the skill is certainly there. But it is amazing that the struggle some guys had and the skill some other guys had.
Yeah, I think it just showed the people who have sim racing experience, whether it's been a while, like Denny Hamlin. He won. He used to do a ton of sim racing, and he probably hasn't done much of it, the last handful of years. But it's kind of like riding a bike where you can get back on and be good. And then I think you got guys like Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson, who are two of the greatest in our sport in real life, and have little to no experience on a simulator or an iRacing simulator, and be the two worst out there. So it was definitely interesting to see, and there was some some names that race fans aren't used to seeing that were up front. Garrett Smithley and Timmy Hill, and guys like that who got some TV time, which was really nice.
Yeah, it was neat. It really, truly was. Hey, we need to step away. Kyle, hang in there. Everyone else, stick with us. More with Kyle Larson in just a moment.
Hey, Ashley, what are you up to?
Oh, I just stopped by to grab some sage fruit apples. Now I just have to decide which ones.
You can never go wrong with a Honey Crisp. They're light, crisp, and full of perfectly balanced flavor.
Oh, hey.
You could always go with one of their classics, the Gala or Fuji. They're both sweet and juicy. Grown in the heart of Eastern Washington, Sage Fruit Company works hard on the farm and with their retail partners to provide high-quality apples and pears to consumers all year long.
Well, I couldn't decide which ones. Thanks for the help, guys.
I'll race you to checkout.
This is Brad Doty, and you're watching Wing Nation on MAV TV.
Welcome back. It is Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit here on MAV TV. Kyle Larson joins us on the Hercules Tire hotline. Really enjoyed and having fun watching all of the sim racing. But one of the other things that, Kyle, that you've had is your young son, Owen. And, of course, we've had a great time watching Owen kind of grow up around the racetrack. I saw where last week out at Millbridge, Owen got to drive a race car for the first time. How did that go?
Yeah, it was good. We actually went to Mountain Creek on Friday and got his first laps there. And he took it easy the first time out, and then after that, he started going a little bit faster, and ended the day pretty good, I thought, for his first time. And then actually last night we went out to Millbridge for his first time there, and man, he did really good. He was still a little off the pace, but for his second time out, only being 1 second off the pace, I didn't think was bad at all. And so now it's gotten me into it a lot, and I've been at the shop today, cleaning his cart up, and our sprint car guys don't have much going on right now, so they've been fabricating a lot of stuff for his cart since he is so small, getting his pedals right and seat and all that. So just been working a lot on that and having a lot of fun too. So yeah, I wish Millbridge would get racing soon so we can take him out there and run with a bunch of other kids. But he's learned a lot in the 2 times he's been. He's had a couple of his buddies out there with him, and they've been coaching him a little bit and racing with him some. And you can see when they're around him, he steps it up and goes even faster. So it's definitely been a fun little project so far.
It sounds really neat. It sounds neat. Did you have, and maybe, I think this is the thing that's interesting because you and Mom, Caitlin, certainly come from racing families. Was there any here go golf clubs or play baseball, or are you guys both really good if he decides to choose this path of the racing stuff?
No, I mean, I want him to do everything.
Sure.
He wants to. The last couple of weeks too, he's been doing tennis lessons, and he enjoys that. Obviously, I think he likes racing better. But once summer comes around, he can get into summer camp here where we live. He'll be able to do some golf lessons as well. So I signed him up for soccer too, but with the coronavirus, it's not happening right now. So I just want to let him try out everything, and then kind of let him decide what he's having the most fun with.
Yeah, that's good. That is great stuff. I know just back when I was doing that with my daughters, we tried a lot of different things to sort it out and gave a lot of opportunities. You mentioned your team is sitting around home, and all the World of Outlaw teams are sitting around home. But how about your boy Carson and your team taking off, leaving Texas, going up to Williams Grove and getting a win? I've got to feel that made you an awful proud team owner with Carson getting that victory up at Williams Grove.
Yeah, for sure. He struggled really bad at Williams Grove last year. So,
yeah.
He wanted to go there and see if they could do better. I know they went with another setup package just to try something since they were so bad, and obviously it worked out. So, it was good for them to travel or have a lot of ways to travel there to Texas, and then on the way home be able to reward themselves with a victory. So that was really cool. And now they, like I said, they've all been here for a couple weeks, wondering what to do. So I've been giving them some jobs, and like I said, I've been working on Owen's go-kart quite a bit. Carson's been really bored, playing lots of video games and just trying to kill some time. But it's good having the guys here. It's not very often that my shop has them here. With the way the Outlaw schedule is. So getting to hang out with everybody and see them is fun for sure.
Yeah, really, truly is. Kyle, one of the things as a World of Outlaw team owner, and I'm not. I don't want to get into your business, the dollars and cents of it, though. But this downtime, what ultimately, and you look at your team, and then you look at some of the other World of Outlaw teams. It's a bit of a struggle, though, and now we've lost all of California. The World of Outlaws just announced that we've lost all of California. What's your sense as far as sprint car racing, and what does this mean for the teams as far as not being out there to generate some income?
Yeah, it's tough for sure. I think we're all competitors. We want to be out there racing, and at the same time, you could be making money, but you could also be losing money. So in a way, as a car owner, it's not that bad. But no, I wish we were all out, living normal lives right now. But this is a pretty big deal. So we all got to be taking the proper precautions to keep our world healthy and safe. So nobody really knows when life's going to get back to normal, but hopefully it's sooner than we think. So it's tough, but just trying to fill time every day is the hardest thing, I think, right now for guys who are used to being on the road full time.
Yeah, the sprint car world has gone from wide open to a dead stop, and that's got to be very, very challenging for sure. Final question for you here, Kyle, and you kind of alluded to it, I think, with the answer to my first question is you've never had a downtime, you've never had an off season. You had this incredible midget season during the December and January where you won about everything, including the Chili Bowl. You got done with the Chili Bowl, you jumped on a plane, you flew back across the pond to race down under again. Have you had a chance to savor what was a great midget season that you had this year?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I watch all the videos a lot and stuff. So, and my trophies are still out, front and center here at the shop. So, it definitely, Paul and I both reflect on, what we were able to accomplish this winter was really cool. And, but at the same time, it feels like it's been forever ago already. So, not that you forget about it, but we've ran races since then and you've gotten beat up pretty bad at Volusia. So that'll humble you pretty quickly. So, it's, I think, when you're racers, you're only as good as your last race. So, I left Chili Bowl and, the next day was heading to Australia and struggled there. So, that helped. I think it's nice when you can do that, or not do that, but it's nice when you aren't getting too carried away with your attitude and being all high and mighty. But no, it was definitely a good off season, and hopefully we can get racing here soon in both the Cup car with Chip Ganassi Racing, and then with Paul Silva and his sprint car, and run my midget throughout the summer some. So we'll see when we get racing again, but hopefully it's soon.
Yeah, hopefully. That is for sure. You can have some bad weeks, but you still have that driller, and that is one of the prized possessions in racing. Kyle, we appreciate the time. We appreciate you checking in with us, and we wish you the best as we work through these next few weeks of uncertainty and whatever we have. But thanks for joining us here on Wing Nation.
Yeah, thank you.
There we go. Kyle Larson joining us here on the program. We need to step away. When we come back, our Tweet Your Seat tweets of the week.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
Hey, this is Wade Ornger from Valvoline Raceway, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, and you're watching Wing Nation on MAV TV. No worries, mate.
Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit here on MAV TV, continuing on, and it is time, your time, if you will, for our Tweet Your Seat tweets of the week. And yes, no racing on the track, but I love what Dirt Vision did last week. And so did you, because we have tweets from Amber, from Matt, from Pat, from Nigel, multiple tweets from Mary, from Calvin, from Craig, from Live Dirt Updates, and forgive me if I forgot you, because there was a bunch of other ones that we have. But Dirt Vision created watch parties, and it started on Friday night of last week because Dirt Vision's celebrating their new gathering of audio and video from Williams Grove and Attica. Those are new tracks on Dirt Vision this year. So they did a Williams Grove Attica double on Friday night. Williams Grove, they had the Spring Classic and a couple National Opens, plus a late model race. From Attica, they had a Brad Doty Classic from 2018 and an old Brad Doty Classic from 2005. Just some great races, and we love seeing your setup and watching how you watch the Dirt Vision events. They came right back on Sunday with a West Coast edition, with races from Chico, from Manzanita. Oh, heart be still that Manzanita is not racing and up and running and has been torn down. Tulare, Bakersfield, Placerville, that is, and Hanford. And so a great watch party, and we really love that you shared with us pictures of your setup, what you were seeing, if you will, if you watch. And I think over the course of time, more watch parties from Dirt Vision, Racing Boys, Flow Racing, Speed Shift TV, and The Cushion, some more watch parties to come. Hey, we appreciate you, and there's more Wing Nation to come next.
Hey, Ashley, what are you up to?
Oh, I just stopped by to grab some sage fruit apples. Now I just have to decide which ones.
You can never go wrong with a Honey Crisp. They're light, crisp, and full of perfectly balanced flavor.
Oh, hey.
You could always go with one of their classics, the Gala or Fuji. They're both sweet and juicy. Grown in the heart of Eastern Washington, Sage Fruit Company works hard on the farm and with their retail partners to provide high-quality apples and pears to consumers all year long.
Well, I couldn't decide which ones. Thanks for the help, guys.
I'll race you to checkout.
This is Linton Jeffrey. They call me the Outback Outlaw, and you're watching Wing Nation on MAV TV. I think I stuttered.
Welcome back. It is Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit here on MAV TV. Thinking about something Kyle Larson said, and it is kind of amazing that we as a society, and maybe it's amplified a little bit more in sprint car racing, we go, 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 and here we find ourselves in a season of stop. Stay home. And we just encourage you to stop and stay home and maybe find some alternative things to do that you've been waiting to do. Maybe that honey-do list will get brushed up, or maybe there's a new hobby or a new passion, or certainly spending time with the ones you love, because once we get over this hurdle, it's going to be go, 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 and probably faster, faster, faster. And so we just need to all enjoy this season of quiet before we get back to wide open with sprint car racing and wide open as well with the rest of our lives. Crazy times, that's for sure. And make sure as you're doing this, you take care of yourself and particularly take care of each other out there as we follow the protocol that we need to do for social distancing. Wing Nation is going to continue on. We'll be active on social media, our Twitter page, our Facebook page, and our group on Facebook. We're going to be very, very busy there. We also want you to check out our YouTube channel, where a lot of past interviews are contained there. We appreciate Kyle Larson joining us here on this program, but more important than all of that, and I know we say it each and every time, we mean it each and every time, thank you for joining us here on Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit here on MAV TV.